What's up guys, Hades here. So I'm back with another tier list video on the best teams in the current meta. Now, I made this one quite a while ago, almost 2 months ago. This is the price adjusted power tier list, okay? But we've had some huge updates and it needs to be fixed. It needs to be adjusted. So when we're looking at this, I'm going to be mainly thinking about these four things. One, the Fighting Master buff, which directly nerfs Himiko teams. Two, Immortal specializations, which essentially changes the way free-to-plays or low spenders play the game and how much potential they have. So any Immortals that are easily available become higher priority. I'm also going to think about Life Protection and Battle Frenzy coming into the game. Battle Frenzy actually just came into the game today as of this recording. So let's jump into it. I have 3 new teams and I need to make some adjustments. First and foremost, any team with Himiko is automatically going to get a demotion. You can see here in this team, I put it so highly because it could beat almost anything, and Himiko was an extremely cheap piece and so was YSS. But Himiko is getting nerfed. Straight up, she's not going to be able to realm anyone with Fighting Master. She's going to get nerfed. I'm going to have to move all these down and readjust them. So, as we move through, when we see them, we will be moving them according to what we see. So I'm going to move this one down 2 tiers. It's also very rare. I'm going to move this one, I think, into the A tier. Still strong, but not quite what we're looking for. Okay. So the first new team I have is this Wind team. Now, it looks a little weird, and that's because it is a little weird. You can absolutely just put Kin here, but for the screenshot's sake, this type of build is very strong. Saladin carry, super strong. Saladin artifact is actually free to get through Mysterium. Matilda is basically just gems inside of the Golden Path, and Saladin's just gems inside the market. Bjorn is a little bit, the Dragon's a little bit, but the point is, if you really max out Saladin, this team is really crazy. Like, very, very strong. I also think Baldwin or Kin in this spot are very powerful. There's a few options for Bjorn. You can go from something more like Athena. You can go for something like YSS. A lot of these things can and will work. I'm gonna make some adjustments here. I actually think this is an S tier team. I'm going to put it in the S tier. I think it's one of those teams that is extremely underlooked. It's extremely hard to obtain in terms of the Dragon. There are a few other options. The Wind is the best for it. But it's just the way it is. You have to understand that when you max out Saladin, you have a perfect artifact, you put all the dust in him, he's going to hard carry the same way anything else is in the game is going to carry. Now, that being said, Hybrid stays in S tier. A lot of people have fallen away from Hybrid. Oh, Hybrid's not good, it doesn't work, it's just not that strong. Well, I'm here to tell you that those people are wrong. And I'll tell you why. When you're looking at Hybrid, Xeno is free in the market and relatively easy to find. Kin is super easy to find. He has 8% rate. Barca, free in the market. Only Alex costs gems, and a lot of people have already built all of them and have them all. It's only going to get better and easier, and you're never going to slow down. The only thing that's going to hold you back is the book and the system behind the new specializations. It's going to be even better than it was. I'm actually going to move it higher in the list. I think it's one of the best teams available right now. I'm going to move the Wind team a little bit back. I'm going to move this down 2 tiers. This is 2 fringe case. Yeah, more like this, because there's going to be something new coming here. Now, next team to talk about is this team. If you haven't seen this team, all the mega whales are using it. They have like 800,000 power. They have a maxed out. They're pushing it every single day. Now, this team is interesting. It also hasn't been experimented a lot with. It's just raw power. Wukong smacks you down. Loki smacks you down. It's a physical attacker and a mage attacker, which means you're not going to get stuck from a battle frenzy delay, right? So this is actually going to probably be the next S+ tier team. I'm going to put it here, equal with the current best team, which is still going to be the Poseidon team. Now, I think this Poseidon team in the very near future might drop out of its #1 ranking, purely due to the fact that if you cannot max these immortals, if you're not continuing to spend on them, a lot of the really developed specialization teams are going to be able to start beating it. But we have not hit that point yet, but I do predict it will not be in the #1 slot for very long. Now, these two teams obviously are extremely expensive, very hard to obtain, but they are the best, and as it should be. Now, here's a one, if you follow my channel at all, it's not going to surprise you. It's just straight up fire. There's a bunch of variations on this. I'm just going to move it right into S tier. Wu is free. Sion you get for gems. You get 600 of her per month. Trajan you get 600 a month. Hippo's free. The dragon's free. Everything about this March is free and easy to build. I am growing it at an extremely rapid pace. My March is already up to like 650,000 or something. I mean, we changed cities for KVK, but the point is it's growing extremely fast. Even without dust, it's destroying a lot of very strong teams or harming them. I'm gonna put it right here. Probably like the #5 team. Right about there. I think it's extremely powerful. I think it's, for the price and the value and the growth potential and the fact that it's so cheap, like you could build this almost free to play. The artifacts you get stuck a little bit on, but besides that and a couple of the skills, it's just too powerful. I don't even have it developed. It's still lower power than all my marches, and it still has such a big impact. If you watched my last video, go check it out. I showed you a bunch of fire reports. They are crazy. They're really crazy. They're only 10. I have Sion at 20 and the others are at 10 dust, and I'm beating people 60, 70, 80, 100,000 more power than me. Some of them being some of these A and S tier marches. And I'm just going to no, I'm not going to delete it. No, I'm going to delete it. I don't think Cyrus has been used a while, so yeah, this is going to be the new updated list. Shadow is now on there. We now have fire in the S tier. We have wind and a few wind variations. I think, again, Baldwin and different tanks are very viable in that slot. And yeah, everything that was Himiko based is just slightly less valuable. So keep that in mind as you're growing your teams, that you were getting tons of value out of Himiko, and now you're going to get a little bit less value. She's still going to do a lot of damage. In the right situation, she's still going to be great. But keep in mind, if you don't have dual physical damage, you're going to suffer very soon. I talked about Battle Frenzy in my last Under a Rock video, but it's going to just completely crush teams that look kind of like this. That's why I predict this team not to perform super well in the future. If you have only one carry, it's not going to be good. That's why I think this team might actually surpass. You know what? I'm just going to surpass it right now. I think this team in the very near future is going to be better. It has more weaknesses, but I think it's going to directly beat the best team. So a team like a hybrid, Alex or Hannibal is going to get debuffed, so you don't get totally punished. And in a team like the new Fire, you have a mage and a physical attacker, so you're not going to get super punished, and you can adjust based on it. And the mages are going to be even more powerful. That's why I have this team here. And then, of course, you can always make this team into a Baldwin plus Saladin so that you don't get debuffed by the single attacker. So, this is the new tier list. It's going to change very rapidly in the next 3 to 5 months. I think everything I touched on is going to be very prevalent. So make sure you're adjusting to metas so that you're not stuck behind the times. We are trying to get the devs to be able to switch your dust from the portraits. Trust me, we all want that. We're all pushing for it. Hopefully we can get that in the future. Even if we can't, we're going to play with what we got. If you guys like these kind of videos, let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you in the next one.